Windows Shift S works on this computer beautifully. And I'm
Windows
so glad.
S.
It says snippet tool. Remember, well, you may
Yeah.
not remember, but last time I recorded, I was having trouble trying to get that to work. And that was a computer thing, apparently, because my old busted ass 7-year-old computer didn't know how to do anything right. This brand new one is shiny, young, and new, and
I don't know. It
unwrapped
was
by
pretty good
time.
at crashing and burning.
Yeah. It's not broken yet.
No, this other one,
The old
yeah,
one.
yeah, the
The
old
old
one,
one
not
was-
the second new old one.
The new old one.
Rather confusing. I'm
Who's
waiting
on
for.
second?
What are you waiting
So
on?
yeah, I was waiting for Rachel to just completely freeze and like like a moment. No, what I was
Just
talking
like
about was, I found a movie. It was on Netflix or I don't know what it was on. It was streaming somewhere, but I was just looking for stuff, and it's called The Night Shift, and it's got Jamie Foxx in it, and Snoop Dogg, and other people whose names I don't know. But it's a vampire movie, right? Like it's the night shift, or the day shift. It's the people that go hunt the vampires. But
Oh, yeah. I've seen the ads or the little reel for it. Yeah.
yeah, well, I threw it on because I was doing other stuff and I had no expectations. But I mean, within the first scene, I was stopped what I was doing. And I was sitting there just watching it, and I'm just sheerly fascinated by it. Not really like loving it or hating it, but I'm just like, wow, this is a different take on everything. And
Is it day shift?
day shift. I think I was saying
the
night
opposite,
shift. But
the
yeah.
other shift.
I think I was saying night shift, day shift. And it was actually kind of fun. Like I really enjoyed it, and it had a neat take on it. And of course, Snoop Dogg, was very Snoop Dogg, and he kind of stole the show. I think they did that on purpose. Like they purposefully made his character to steal the show. It was fun. It was all right. I'd give it 2.5 stars.
Out of how many? Out of 10?
No, out of 5. Like it was just a movie, but it was kind of interesting.
Pretty standard 17-star system. Let me break it down for you.
Yeah, the square root of 7 was my stars out of 18.
A 2.5 is pretty good on
It
a
is
square root of 7 scale.
Right.
That's about 2.6 square root of 7.
That's what I was going to say. That's a pretty good rating if that's the end of your scale, square root of 7.
I've been watching the.
That's like
I'm trying to do the math in my head. I'm trying to do the square root of 7. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's about right.
Why? We have internet. We have an interconnected network of computers that can do these things for us.
Cheating. How dare you want to do math on a computer?
I'm
Square root of
glad
anything.
I'm glad
Except
people
for
do math on
9.
computers because that is near the probably a good 60% of what the reason I have a job.
Hey, I want to bring this up at the beginning of the show rather than the end, in case people drop out or whatever because it gets late. Mike cannot make it next week or the next, and rather than just kind of going without him, I wouldn't mind a 2-week break. I just wrote 27 pages last week, and it's a little busy right now, so we're just going to take a 2-week break, like a nice end of the summer break. Mike's going to get his stuff done, and then we'll be back whatever day that. What day is that? That'll be the 3rd. That'll be next month, right?
I'm going
You'll be gone.
to Colombia. Wave as I go past.
That'll give us a chance to roll our new characters.
Yeah.
This worked out perfectly.
Almost like it was planned.
Excellent.
And I don't have Twitch up because I don't know my password. I'm on a new PC. So, hello, whoever's there. Is Cowart here yet? Can we get started?
Coward is not here yet.
Oh, well, then we're going to keep talking.
I was going to say I've been watching the last week. I've been watching the Lord of the Rings TV show on Amazon Prime.
How is it?
How's that?
Is it good?
I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's $715 million
Yeah.
worth of TV show.
It's like
and
a
it
billion
looks
dollar
like
show.
it most of the time.
It's gonna be
Wow.
good.
Yeah, but no, I'm enjoying it. It's cool to be back in that world, and it's cool to have a epic fantasy series that isn't all about, sleeping with your sister and murdering people,
That's
which
called
is what
Bible.
which is what
Oddly,
all the other popular options
That's
are.
what you're watching it for.
oddly specific.
So
what's the time period?
yeah,
of the
that's what I was
show?
gonna
It
ask.
is the second age, so it is
Oh.
the I mean the main character of the show is Galadriel, but Elrond shows up as well, and
Oh.
the mines of Moria are a destination which while they're populated with people. For any D&D fan, given how much Tolkien DNA there is in D&D, I highly recommend it.
How long is it? Like
Okay.
10
There's
episodes?
eight episodes at about an hour each, and they've dropped
Ooh.
the first 3 thus far.
Ooh. I'll wait till they're all out. Binge
But,
it and
like-
they get sick of it.
Me too.
I just found an
There's been-
article that is totally unrelated to what you're talking about because I'm trying to fix something on the thing here, and it says Stream Deck owners should be extra careful upgrading to OBS Studio 28, which is exactly what I did about 15 minutes ago, and I'm trying to fix it. And yeah, I had
Need
some
a,
cool
uh,
stuff. I had some
Animated
cool
gif
stuff.
from the wedding singer of like information that would have been useful yesterday.
Exactly what I meant. 20 minutes ago.
You know,
The lesson
that-
here is you never do an upgrade before you go live.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been putting it off, and I was like, you know what? I've got time. I don't
that
have time.
nullifies all upgrades then.
Yeah.
It's always before you go live because we go live every week.
The 17th paragraph of this article says, I imagine the issue will be resolved swiftly, though, sticking with an older version of OBS.
I don't understand why they put the TLDRs at the end. You're already through it all. Why are you TLDR? I mean, that should be your preface. TLDR.
Yep.
Because then you wouldn't see all the ads.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's true.
I don't care. I want the TLDRs. TLDR? TLDR.
Yeah. Too long didn't read.
Well, we tried to do it in Rocks and Warlords. We tried to do a TLDL there for a while. Too long didn't listen. we were going to do like a behind the scenes, like Too long didn't listen. We'll give you the 1 second for the the elevator pitch every
Last week on the Back Patio Network.
next week.
That's what you need. Hey, Luminous Groove, I've been watching Sandman as well. I finished it last week because there was a Netflix show which they dump it all at once, and I famously hate binging. So
Oh, you do?
I've been listening to I've been watching one episode or 2 episodes a week, along with a podcast that I subscribe to that was going through it at that rate. So that was handy for me.
Are you
It's
legally
good. I
bound
really enjoyed it.
to watch a show and listen to the podcast at the same time? Like that seems to be your thing.
I like discussing TV shows, and I
Mhm.
don't know. I just don't have any real friends, so I download some.
And it worked.
Well, plus it's smart if you string it out like that, then you have your content for a lot longer. Whereas I finished Sandman in a day. Like I got up, I saw that it was available, and sat down on my butt and watched all of it. With just getting up
That's
to
what I
pee.
do.
And how much do you remember? How much was that time?
Good
worth
point.
it?
Oh, very good point. Like, I remember, of course, it wouldn't matter if I watched the same episode 3 times. I have a weird memory. Like, I don't remember things. I can read a book and not tell you what it was about, but I'll know what it's about. That
Mhm.
makes sense. I kind of half listened, and I don't know. I want to watch it again. I'm watching on the recommendation of Rachel, The Last Kingdom. With it's where the Saxon boy his family gets killed, and he gets adopted by the Danes, so he becomes a Viking. He gets raised a Viking, and then it takes off after that. That's like the first 5 minutes of the first episode. But it's actually been pretty good. Like it's been surprisingly well done. I'm screenshotting that.
You missed it.
Oh,
You missed it.
Dang
Yeah,
it.
you froze
were like-
mid-drink there, Rachel.
Oh no, I didn't know my camera was on.
Yeah.
Nobody told me. I just was sitting here.
Oh,
But,
the camera's on?
Yeah, you've got at
No,
least
I knew it was on. I just didn't know if you guys could see me.
Yeah. I mean, we get about 17 pixels every 3 seconds. So, yeah, it's fine.
pretty
Alright.
choppy.
I'll just sit here like this.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's the internet here. It's the weird, like,
Ventriloquist.
they don't have like actual internet, so it's kind of choppy. I'll figure it out though. I'll get a hotspot or something.
You've got a
Yeah,
long
it
cable run
it
across.
definitely looks like it's bandwidth. It looks like it's bandwidth.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
You don't
The
have
other
to-
one I've been watching that I can recommend, which has been a little bit slow, but I've been enjoying it, is a show called Pantheon on AMC Plus,
Say
which
again?
Pantheon?
is called Pantheon, and it's on AMC Plus.
Huh.
And it's like near future story talking about uploaded intelligences, so uploading human beings into the internet.
That's
Ooh.
cool. Well,
Yeah.
I binged 2 seasons of The Last Kingdom and got tired of it, so I had to go watch something else for a while. So I started watching Altered Carbon again. I'll go back and
Ooh, I
finish
love
it.
that.
I mean, that's one of the few examples I have where the TV show just absolutely blows the book out of the water, man. Like, that book
I
was
don't know.
hard to read. I love the
It was-
TV series.
I love the book. The book was great as well. But I agree that the TV show is amazing.
Oh, man. And then, of course, I'm going back and watching it for the second time, and I'm picking up on so much other stuff. It's definitely a second watch kind of series. It's really, really well done. And that dude seems to be everywhere nowadays from the first season.
Joel Kinnaman.
Sure.
He was he first came to my attention in a TV show called The Killing, which I really enjoyed. That was like, what if Twin Peaks was not as weird?
Was it good?
I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Because I think the weird is what's good about Twin Peaks. Like, you know,
Oh, that guy.
the speech where they're speaking backwards in Twin Peaks, the director, what's his face, had them actually
David
learn
Lynch.
how to David Lynch had them actually learn how to say the words backwards, and then he reversed it to where, I mean, it was just the way he did it, so it sounded backwards but really, really weird. I thought that was interesting.
He's
Joel,
a delightful weirdo.
yeah,
Yeah.
Joel Kinnaman was the he was in the reboot of or the remake of RoboCop
Yeah,
and Suicide
Good.
Squad.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was Suicide Squad. That's where I first recognized him, and then I started seeing him. Of course, I watched RoboCop, the reboot, last week. Not so good, but I was on a.
You wouldn't buy that for $1?
They actually throw that in there. They throw that line in there.
Wait, is that an old movie reference that Jamie just made? Have you seen RoboCop?
Yes. That's
Okay.
Even possible.
that's one of the ones that came on TV and we recorded it. So I only knew the
On
made for TV
VCR
version.
tape, right?
What's that?
Oh, so you've seen the 30-minute
On
version.
VCR.
Yeah.
On tape.
The
Yeah.
made-for-TV version cannot be longer than an hour.
I don't remember. It's got. I don't remember what parts are cut out because I haven't seen it in a long time. So
Have you seen the non-cut version?
that's what I haven't seen either of the versions in a long time. So I don't
Oh,
remember
but
what.
you've seen the non-edited version.
I'm sure. I know I went back and watched it because I realized that the version that I had wasn't the one that everybody else had seen. I was like, "What do you mean it's not the same?" It's like, what would they show on TV that I was 8 years old watching? What could
I've seen some messed up stuff on TV. I'm pretty sure they show everything.
Yeah, I have no idea. Whatever was on like.
The nuclear waste slag man. I don't think that made it to the
Oh.
final.
Oh
cut.
yeah, he was on there.
Was
Yeah,
it really?
that
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That was
And-
nightmare fuel.
Oh my,
I
yeah,
remember
right.
Watching that.
Like,
Yeah.
there's that sound he made.
Yeah.
I think it's hit by a car and turns into a watermelon.
Yep.
Oh man, I think they cut out some of the parts of when they, shot Alex Murphy, and then I think they might have cut out some of the impact of the Mucky Man, the zombie dude. There, I think they
Oh.
like show him like just as the impact gets hit, and then they cut it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
don't
very splatterful. I mean, it was a Gallagher show on the front of a car. It was very explosive.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were using shit
Gallagher
baby food.
is-
I mean, seriously.
I'm not sure if she's stuck or if that's actually like her holding really still.
Yeah.
No,
That's
she's
disgusting.
I don't know
it's a
either.
it's a very disgusted look.
Oh no. This is gonna be so embarrassing for me looking. So mortified.
Just don't watch it. Just don't watch it after the
Oh, Lord.
fact.
He's just like,
Yeah.
I'm just
We should
gonna like
all-
ventriloquist it, just like smile through everything that I say.
it's like this upside down smile, like you're
Yeah.
about to stab somebody. Like, oh, that's funny.
No. I don't need to remember that.
Oh, I gotta take a screenshot. How do I do this?
No.
You just put it up. It's Windows Shift S, right?
You can
Oh,
do it
that's
later. It's going to be on a YouTube video.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I don't have to screenshot anything. It's in perpetuity.
It's recorded forever.
Ever.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
Cowett. Cowett's here.
Hey, all
Yay.
right. Then we shall
Yay.
officially begin. Roll initiative.
Wait, no, wait, go back.
I want,
Go back.
I want to live. Go away, Cowett.
Can we talk about this?
Sure. What would you like to discuss?
Living?
Not doing it.
I got a
Oh,
19.
perfect. Perfect.
Oh. Oh,
And we're all in this hut.
I rolled a natural 20.
This is a stone hut, right? This is
Wow.
not. We're not little pigs in a
No,
house made of
no,
twigs.
you are you're about to get roasted in a kiln. All right, so I got. Where is it? Oh, there he is. All right, who got above a 20 besides
on.
me?
Hold on, I'm still loading things. Everything's
Okay,
everything's taking just a minute.
All right, everybody else. Trathiel, what you got?
5. Natural 1.
5. Alma,
14.
14. Khaldun,
19.
19. Pazel is out.
She's pocketed.
Pocketed. Okay. And then waiting on Farazan. That's cool. He does go first. Gottrod has initiative
8.
at 8. Okay.
Urinate.
Urinate.
Thanks.
That's warm.
It's a little reaching, but okay.
I would love to talk about something that a friend of mine used to say all the time, but I can't because this is Twitch, so
Nope.
I won't say it.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, Gottrod has initiative. So, setting the scene, you've got the 4 of you, minus everybody but Farazan and King Jared, are in the. I mean, it's part mud, mostly
Who is this
wood.
dude?
That's Keegan.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm glad we brought a gnome to a dragon fight.
And you told me there wouldn't be dragons, so it's your fault. I'm dead. Actually,
So
let me
there
put
wouldn't be any dragons.
who's got
Where we
Keegan?
were
Who's
going.
control?
I have Keegan. Let's see here.
He'll go on your initiative.
He will. Okay.
Yeah, it's just too much if not. All right, and actually we're missing.
Kelev.
What's her? Kelev. Let me get her out there. And I think
She's
Trathiel.
resistant to fire.
Is she? Oh, she's a tiefling.
Tiefling.
Let's see. I will list her. I'll put her out there as a gas cloud. Find.
Yes. So
That
here's
seems-
things to come.
It feels like you're preempting things.
Oh, speaking of things ending, and sorry to derail for just a second. I finally finished Androids and Aliens, and it was
Oh.
Hey,
great.
Yeah.
I had 16 hours worth of driving between Wednesday and Saturday. So
Well, that was the final
Is it-
episode.
Is
Yeah.
that a podcast?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
like a live stream, whatever.
No.
You know, I tried to watch that and I couldn't get past the first couple episodes. I really, really, really wanted to watch it.
Get past it. Well, Androids and Aliens started out as strictly a podcast
Yeah.
for like the last 30 episodes, and they started streaming.
they
Live
they
as
turned
well.
it into a
Right before
live
the
stream
pandemic
around.
happened.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, it was like episode 100. They turned it into a live stream.
for like
I mean,
a month or 2, and then it went back to
Yeah, and then it went to COVID protocol. So
honestly, when they get Sydney in there, I feel like that's when it really, really takes off. I don't know when she gets there. I don't remember how.
It's right around then. It's just before that.
yeah,
Just
they
before
they,
they
they
start
brought
streaming.
in when they went live. live stream, they brought in Sydney, and then they brought in the rules lawyer David Winters, and then they brought in Anna, I believe, to do like producing. But then it was like within a couple of weeks they had to shut it all down because of COVID. So
yeah, well, my suggestion is to go back from the beginning and just listen and push through at least 10 episodes because Troy is magical almost half of those episodes. He's just amazing anyway. Roger Comstone is one of the best characters I've ever heard in my entire life. And it's not even that show. That's in Get in the Trunk, where he plays a FBI agent or like an Illuminati agent or something like that. It is hysterical. I mean, I've had to pull over because I was laughing and I couldn't see for the tears. I mean, it is
I'm laughing right now
hilarious.
just thinking of the words.
Plan B.
Oh my god! And it's just honestly, if you're not so sure on A&A, Androids and Aliens, go get in the trunk. Start
Get in
there.
the Trunk.
Oh yeah.
good.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And now next week they have to shout out Age of Heroes, and we're even.
right. Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure that'll be
Good
Right
luck with
there.
that. All right. Round 1, top of the round, beginning of the end.
And I'm bringing in Sirenscape, the audio now. Hopefully, if it's overwhelming to anyone on the stream, I'm looking at you, Coward. Let me know.
So
Yeah, what's happening?
Farazan is out by the open gate, and then you've got, like I said, King Jared, which is standing opposed from. Oh, I didn't get Jared in there anywhere. Standing opposed from Gotrod, and he moves. Gotrod takes off in the air, straight up, 30 feet, and then over 10 feet.
Off the map.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I couldn't find a bigger area for fighting, but it's okay. He's going to stick around. So he's now 30 feet up, just FYI. And
We have to take the square root of the hypotenuse.
2 twice. I'm trying to find a nice icon for flight. They don't have wings, which you would think that would be the number one thing.
Use the skull and crossbones.
Is it
Yeah.
with the snail? All right. Snail means flying slowly.
Known for their strong flight.
So he is
It's
30 feet in
irrelevant.
the
None
air,
of us can fly.
and he's facing. I know it's not facing in the game, but he's flies up, and he's like not hovering. It's all motion, but he's facing Farazan, and it looks like he's getting ready to take a very, very deep breath.
I don't
Khaldun.
like it.
Mm.
Let me get. Oh, wrong die. Okay.
Okay, I am getting ready to cast Slay Dragon.
Yay!
So I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
If I drop a web on him,
Uh-huh.
web says it collapses. If I cast it over him, let's see. It says he makes his save on his turn.
There's something about casting in the air where it collapses by the next round or something like that. It goes to the
Yeah.
ground the next round.
If the webs are anchored between 2 solid masses, okay. The conjured web collapses on itself, and the spell ends at the start of your next turn. Okay, so it may last for a turn. I don't know
So-
if it's- yeah, I don't think it's going to be very effective.
Well, does it work the same way when it's on the ground? Because the way we've been playing it is even if it didn't have 2 anchors on the sides, it would lay on the ground for duration. Is that not right? I hate this spell. If it's not obvious.
The webs
It's so. Ugh. I mean, it's effective. It's good, but it's just so much. There's too many rules, and it's not very clear how everything works. And
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I am going to, let's see, that's got a nice long range. Can I see Gethrod? Or, not Gethrod, what's his name?
Gotrod with 2 T's.
Waddle's stop. I
Can
probably
you-
can't see him.
Can you see
From where I am.
Gotrod? Can you see
Yeah.
Gotrod? Is that true? Yes, you have. 30 feet up. You'd need to step up 5 feet.
Okay. I will
Call
step
it.
into the window.
Yeah. And this 10 feet wide is essentially open. There's a door, but it's rather big. So there's no cover either way. You know what I mean? Like you don't have cover from him. He doesn't cover from you. It's just open
Sure.
area.
And this is the only way in and out of this little hut of doom.
There are windows, but they're small. I mean, you could easily acme them to make them bigger if you wanted to, but they're just. This is the only doorway. Yeah.
Okay, I cast slow
Slow.
on him.
You could
Talk
cast
to
normal
me.
speed. That's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll finish in 5 rounds. Talk to me about slow.
It's a spell. You alter time up. You alter time around up to 6 creatures in a 40-foot cube, so only him.
Okay.
Each target must make a Wisdom saving throw or be affected.
All right.
If he is affected, his speed is halved. His DC is 16.
Natural 1.
Ooh.
Roll a
that's nice.
1 on the die.
So he failed. Okay, so he's slowed.
Yes, he
His
failed.
armor class is -2.
Armor class -2. All right.
His Dex saving throws are -2,
Nice.
Okay.
and he cannot take reaction. He cannot use reactions.
No reaction.
On his turn, he can either use an action or a bonus action, not both.
Okay.
And it can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during his turn. So if it has multi-attack, it can only make one attack.
Okay. What about movement?
None.
It's halved.
I'm sorry.
It's halved.
Halved.
Speed is halved. Yeah, all of its speeds are halved.
And since he rolled a 1 on his save, I'm pretty sure that's permanent
Right. Yeah. Immobilized.
Right?
Forever.
for the rest of his life.
If it can cast spells, it has to roll to see if it finishes this round or next round.
Oh, he is casting slow.
That is the absolute best way to start a fight with a dragon is by dropping a slow and having it roll a 1 on saving throw. It's not, if it was in his lair or if it was something like that, it would definitely take a legendary save for that. But alas, we are out in the kingdom of Nubria? I don't have my notes. Anastasia.
And so
Pandoria.
he can make his save at the end of at the end of his turn
Oh, you could have left that out.
to break it.
At the end of his turn, he gets to make a save.
Definitely.
Otherwise, it's what, a minute?
Correct. It's concentration. up to a minute.
Concentration for a minute.
It is
Okay.
concentration for a minute.
All right.
So I did that. Now I have a big old fat target on my head. I am going to run to the back of the hut. Run away.
Don't make him angry with the hut.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about as far away as I can get and not burrow.
There's a Khaldun-shaped hole in the back, the back of the little thing.
Yep. That was
all
my
right,
plan.
and Gelv. Gelv. What is Gelv? All of a sudden, this big old cloud of fog appears. Bloop. Right in the entrance.
He had a nervous fart.
Yes, he did.
It's a dragon.
It was a big one. He
Sorry, I'm
casts-
nervous.
He casts fog cloud.
Hmm.
Oh, that's funny.
And let me get the area real quick. Come on.
Area 1 dragon.
Yes. No, he's trying to create some visual cover for us.
Is fog cloud affected by fire?
Shh.
I'm about to find out. Fog.
Is he going to stay put?
No, he's gonna try to get behind me, which he'll be unsuccessful. Okay. So you create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. The sphere spreads out around corners, heavily obscured at last. It is not Oh, it is concentration. Yep. So it's a 20-foot radius sphere, so 40-foot cube-ish. see. And so, I would like to center it right there.
All right. Said 40 foot.
It's a 40-foot cube. 40 foot on the side.
So 80 feet wide.
No, it's 40 feet wide. Sorry.
40 foot. Okay. Okay.
Like a D6. Like a D6.
Yep. So.
Square.
Let's see. You're centering it here. I don't like how this works. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are those 5-foot squares? Whoa,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
5 feet. Those are 5 foot squares.
Okay. I mistakeified. I'm going to put it right there.
Right here.
Yeah. Because that's going to be 4 squares on each side, which
Yeah.
will cover Farzan and pretty much everybody.
Well, now I can't see the dragon.
You couldn't hit it anyway.
All
He
right.
can hit it. The AC is what was that? 18.
Mm-hmm.
He can hit it almost half the time. Exactly half the
Three-
time.
What was it?
So
Oh, wait, that's
a
half the
10
size.
foot. That's half the size, yeah. He let a big one rip.
Yeah.
Ew.
I had my mouth open.
All the way out there.
Let's see. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Still not wide enough. 8.
Yeah, yeah, it's
1,
a
2,
20-foot
3, 4,
radius.
5, 6, 7.
What a
Hey.
stinker. Oh my
There we go. There we go. Right there. Is that right?
Stinker.
That will work.
Is that where you wanted it?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
And then he is going to. I can't move him, but I would like him to flee, like over
Ah!
here. Yes.
All right.
Just like that.
He runs between Zalma's legs, slides between Zalma's legs. I don't know. I've still got Alma in my head as I cannot remember her name from Lord of the not Lord of the Rings. It's stuck in my head now. From Game of Thrones. The big badass blonde that
Gwendolyn
Brynja?
Christie?
Brynja. I've
Brienne.
got that.
Brienne of Tarth.
Brienne?
Brienne of Tarth.
It's Brienne. It's Brienne Tarth.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always had that image of Alma in my head. Because you
I
got this,
think
you know.
you're thinking of her paladin. Remember the paladin in.
Yeah, you were
Rome?
thinking of my paladin that I played.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what it is? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you actually described it that way. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, she was a
Yeah.
big badass.
All right. Speaking of Alma, Heath, Skaldoon, everybody done?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Alma, it's your turn.
Okay, so what I want to do is cast Bless, and I can hit everybody from where I'm at.
Okay.
So I'll
Is
do that.
Is that targeted? Is that a burst? How does that work? Because if it's targeted, you can't see Farazan.
It just says you bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range, and the range is 30 feet. And he's exactly 30 feet, I think.
Okay, that sounds targeted to me.
Yeah. Does it say that you can see? It doesn't say you can see.
I'm reading it from.
Okay,
It
is
just
it-
says
is
up
it-
to 3.
Go ahead.
I mean, you can read it. It just says you bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't say what. Okay, no line of sight necessary. So go right ahead.
Yeah.
So who are
Okay.
you blasting?
I will target my party and bless them with a d4.
Okay.
For a minute while I concentrate. And then I don't want to get hit with whatever he's about to breathe on us. So is there like a window I can bust out of? Like,
Yes.
Here?
Absolutely. Yes. There's one.
I want to
Basically,
bust
in
out
all
that
cardinal
window.
directions. All right. Give me a strength check. Athletics or
strength,
strength,
see.
whichever's best.
Neither.
It's more of a you're bigger than the whole kind of thing.
10.
10. 10 will
Okay
work.
with taking a couple of episodes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean 10's not a
Um,
bad roll. So
Okay,
you
good.
do
Good.
widen the
Just
hole.
wanted-
You basically your shoulders catch the side of it, and I'm going to stop you right here.
Okay. So do I have like a move action that I can still do to like move away?
No, that's your move.
Oh,
Like you
well, that
got
didn't
out.
accomplish what I wanted it to do at all.
What were you trying to
Okay.
do? Well, you still have a dash.
Move
You have,
away.
oh, you cast bless already.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. I'll take it.
I mean, Tim was successful, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, I kind of stumbled out there. It's okay. I'm on my vet.
You're
It's
not
okay.
prone. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's true. All right, that's fine.
I'm gonna give myself a heart for bless.
Okay. So Alma throws a bless and throws herself at it. She defenestrates. Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Oh wait, yes. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I did have one more thing I wanted to do. Well, yeah. I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
If I can,
Bonus.
because that's a bonus action. Okay. Sorry, I'm navigating this and my internet's freaking out on
You're-
me.
Okie dokie.
For now.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, that wasn't
Let's.
good.
Ooh, nice.
What'd you
Oh.
roll?
It wasn't nice. I rolled the 1.
Oh, I saw the damage.
What were you rolling to do?
I was casting Spiritual Weapon.
To attack.
I'm trying to look. Yeah, yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the range on that?
But that
60 feet.
60 feet? Okay. So you have a disadvantage because he's unseen. To your attacks.
I mean, I can't get lower than a 1.
I know. Just for future reference, as long as you can't see him, you have
Okay.
disadvantage to your attacks. Because
Okay.
he's unseen. Yeah, he's not hidden. But I'm making that differentiation in my head and out loud now because of that deep dive I did into invisibility and unseen and blah yada. God Almighty, they made it confusing 5e. But he is unseen, which means you know where he is. You just have disadvantage to hit him.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of him, you hear the flapping of it's his wings. He's going to hover, and I don't know that there's any special rules for hovering in 5e. I'm just using his movement to just hold himself in place. And you hear his guttural voice laughing.
You
Does
think
he
I
have
need
hover?
eyes to see?
Is hover a special
can-
fly thing? I don't know.
Can well, it is. It doesn't matter. Can oh shoot, what's her name? Can she go and can the king go?
What? It's not their turn.
Caleb will go on my initiative.
The dragon went first, right?
Mhm.
Yes. What do I have evil? Oh, that's the. I'm sorry. But he still laughed and said, "Ha! I don't need eyes." Okay, so
Okay.
what you? I have it written down poorly. Let me fix that right now so I don't do that again. It is actually King Jared's turn, and you just hear him.
Oh no.
Avast! I can't see. It is quite steamy in this bright daylight. Foul beast, be gone! And he's done.
Okay.
And now it's Fairzon's turn.
It sounds like to me that everyone is running the wrong direction. The dragon is this way. And he points. He's like, "Wait, where did it go?"
That sounds like the right direction to me.
So yeah, is this in the telepathic bond that we've got? Because obviously that's up, right? He asks, "So are we leaving or are we staying?"
I wouldn't stay where you are.
Okay. Right. All right. Fairzon is going to move. Let's see. Where's the right window? Okay. I don't know what's a good idea here. I'm
Don't
not
get
going
eaten,
to throw
don't
an
get eaten,
axe
don't get
because
eaten,
I'll
don't
never
get
get that one back. What's that?
Don't get eaten, don't get eaten, don't get eaten.
It's like, how do I like my Goliath? Medium rare. No. He's going to
Now remember, you know where he is. You just can't see him.
Fairzon's going to advance in a rearward rearward direction.
Retrograde.
Retrograde advance, yes. Retrograde advance is exactly what I was trying to think of, but I couldn't.
I think you thought it.
Yeah, and he is going to. What's the right action name? I've been listening to too much Pathfinder and Starfinder. He's going to ready if he sees the dragon head pop out of the fog. He's going to hit it with a stick. Let's see. So that was 1, 2, 3. I think I'm gonna adjust down to there. I've still got enough movement to come down to there.
Yeah,
But yeah, if he sees a dragon head stick out, he's gonna hit it with a stick.
all right. Tarathiel. Last but not least.
Tarathiel will call out, "For Andoria!" and run forwards.
Huzzah! You hear it in the clouds.
Didn't that planet blow up? It was blown up, right?
10, 15, 20.
Too soon.
20 feet to there. I'm going to throw a psychic dagger at this thing, even with disadvantage.
All right.
There's a chance. If I can find my actions part of the sheet. I can't really do an awful lot against Crazy Dragon, but we'll see. With disadvantage, that is a 17.
Hey.
That
Yes.
misses.
Hey,
That
we're
hits.
we're being raided by Ruby Mad Hatter with a party of 3.
Hooray! Welcome aboard.
Oh yeah.
Welcome
I
to
just-
Andoria.
I just threw a mind
Our
blade at a
adventures.
dragon. That'll do.
Because of the slow that hits.
Oh,
That'll do
sweet.
9 psychic damage.
9.
Ah,
Psychic.
plus there's more from a bless, isn't there?
That's the hit.
No, bless is to hit.
To hit and
Oh,
saving
never
throws.
mind.
Well, that would have helped if I'd missed, which I was close
Yes,
to.
yes, it would.
And
So
then I'm gonna
9
use my
psychic.
cunning action to dash and run away. 25, 30. I'm just gonna compete with Khaldun for the back.
Hi. There's
Actually,
no room
no, I'm
here.
not. I'm gonna head.
Let's
I'm gonna
line
head this
up.
way. Yeah, I'm gonna head this way so we're in less of a line.
It reminds me of the scene from the second Avengers movie. Does it look like they're lining up to you?
Yeah. And then Kalev will take her turn. Does she have a ranged option?
She's
Foul
give her-
language.
Does she have
she
some
got-
kind of short bow or something?
She has a longbow.
A longbow. Okay,
Yeah,
she
she's
will.
a fighter type. She's got a
she'll-
longsword, shield, and longbow with arrows.
She'll move to the doorway. I don't have control of her token, so I will move her to the doorway and fire an arrow.
All right.
Which is +4, right? From memory.
Correct. And she is a crit at 19 or 20.
Well, that's an 18 on the die for a 22, which
She
will
has
hit.
disadvantage. Does that with disadvantage?
Oh no, that was not with disadvantage. A 7 does not hit. So then
7?
she'll back up and she'll go and
Where she was? Is
yeah,
that where
yeah,
you want her?
yep.
Okay.
So she'll sling an arrow at the dragon, but it misses because of the fog cloud and then disappear.
All right. Anything else?
Panic? Is panic a free action?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, good.
you-
I'm gonna do it every turn then. But if I
You
don't
can
if I don't
match
remember to say
Keegan.
it, just assume. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
also
your
let
op-
out a
your-
fog cloud.
It's your object interaction.
Why did we pick a fight with a dragon?
We did.
Top
She picked up
of
fight with us.
round 2.
Oh, did Fairzone? Oh, Fairzone went. Yeah, is it on an 8? Yep.
He's waiting for the dragon, which is gonna happen now.
Fairzone didn't answer the question correctly. I think that's why we're getting attacked.
Flies down. You can't really see it, but you can hear the swooping of the wings. And you hear a deep breath, and that white fog cloud turns bright red as a 30-foot cone blasts straight into where all you guys have been very kind to conglomerate. Yeah.
Abandon the oven.
Add a d40 to saving throw.
You get a D40 saving throw.
Uh,
To 30 feet long.
I don't like where that cone of fire is coming from.
Hang on, I gotta
His
check.
butt- yeah, well, this is the butt episode, apparently.
They're all butt episodes, really.
This is from corner.
When you think about it.
There we go.
And I
30
do.
feet goes to there. and the cone is 30 feet wide. So
What we need is a triangle.
Oh, I think it misses Alma.
it does. Alma's jumping out the window got her out of the kiln. So
Well, I didn't bless myself, so I was really hoping.
I would like for everybody in that area to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity, okay.
All right, fine.
Go. Oh, we got blessed, right? So
Yeah, blessed.
We'll add to it.
And
Another
luckily,
D4.
the person concentrating on bless is out of the blast. That's
That's true.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
Helpful.
I really want to get this too because evasion.
13.
I will note that the inspiration is available, but it may be too late to.
Crap, I already rolled.
yeah, it's got to go before the roll.
Yep. It's
All right.
16 for Tarathiel.
16 is a fail.
Ah!
So I got. Is anybody got above a 16?
Hang on. Who else is
Gelv
rolling?
and
Is that with bless?
That is with
Bless.
bless. We both
Okay.
rolled
No,
ones on our
it's not.
blesses.
Yeah, the other two did not get blessed.
oh,
No,
So
the other two did not get blessed. but
Keegan and Kelev.
Oh, let me roll.
I don't know what
I'll
their
roll.
what are their saves. I don't know what their saves are.
So Keegan got an 8.
Okay, fail.
Kelev rolled a 4, so it doesn't matter what her bonus is. She failed.
no.
Everybody failed the dragon breath. 45 points of
Holy
damage.
crap!
No, I'll take half because of evasion.
You do take half.
It's
I
still so
dropped-
much.
Kelev
We gotta
vaporizes.
get out of here.
Yeah, Kelev might vaporize.
Does she have a shield,
Uh,
Khaldun?
Shield does not block fire.
Oh,
Area
okay.
attack. It will block an AC hit, right? Not a
Is it just physical
not an
damage?
AoE.
Oh, I was just thinking damage in general.
No, I think it's going to be when you hit by an attack.
You mean a shield spell, right?
I was talking about your abjuration thing.
Oh my word! I forgot about that.
That's your thing.
Yes. Well.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
wizard tank.
All right. So 45. Yes. 18, 27.
This is the most viewers we've ever had, and yeah,
Starts out with half the.
That's good. They're here for the TPK.
Yeah.
They rocked out.
witnesses to our demise.
And now they can't look away. I'm going to go to the bathroom and throw up real quick. I'll be back.
Okay. All right. So ward. Okay. So the ward saved me.
I mean, you wouldn't have been dead. You've just been unconscious. But Those-
Yes.
tho-
Yeah.
those two aren't dead. They're unconscious. They are now making death saving throws. Because I don't
Okay.
think. Well, I don't. The
How many
massive
points do they
damage
have?
rules. Kelev's got. Well, I think Mike's gone to go throw up. I don't know how much Kelev
How
has.
many hit points did Keegan have?
32. So he's just
Okay.
down. I mean, he's not dead.
He's
He's
just
not
down.
instant dead. Yeah, but he's got 0 now,
He's got-
and he is making
okay.
death saving throws.
Okay. I can't mark him with skull. I'm gonna mark myself a skull.
So massive damage is an optional rule.
Oh.
It says when a creature takes damage from a single source equal to or
wow.
greater than half its hit point maximum. That's when it comes into play here.
Half its hit point maximum.
Yes.
I thought it was full. Oh,
I thought it was into. No, I don't like. No, I thought it was like if you knock them down, which would be like half below. You know what I mean? Like if they got 50 hit
Yeah.
points, if you drop them down to negative 25 in one hit,
Mhm.
which there's no negative, so that doesn't make sense if IV. No, we're not doing massive damage.
Okay. Yeah, because
It's never come up before, but that's not very much damage. Like, I mean, you get hit if let's say Keegan gets hit for 15 points of damage at level 7. That's nothing. I mean, that's a normal hit. So you're doing death saving throws every time they get hit? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's rough.
Um,
Well, you roll a d10 to figure out what what effect it has. Like one of them is stunned, one of them is drops to 0 but is stable, drops
What
to
is this?
0
I've never heard
and
of
then
this
can't take reactions, various things like that, but not
No.
not dead.
Nope. Critical hits are bad enough. We're not going to be doing that.
Okay,
So,
I'm good with that.
Yeah, me
Uh,
too.
That
Okay.
is Gottrod's turn. Khaldun. You know where he is. You just can't see him. Actually, I'm going to say that fire, like, burnt up. Does it say anything in the rules about fog cloud being affected by breath
It's only
weapons?
affected by wind. It's only affected by like wind. It says.
I'm sure that was a lot of wind to push that fire out. I mean, you know.
Well, you could also argue that a very, very large dragon flying and hovering.
Oh well,
pretty
he dropped
slow.
unconscious, so he lost concentration.
Oh, good.
Oh, so the spell's gone. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Perfect.
So he is basically 10 feet off the ground. No, he landed. He had to land. He landed to blow the fire in there.
Yeah, he wanted to get down. He put his head inside the oven there.
Yeah.
Scary.
And I'm going to give him a saving throw for the slow spell, which is at the end of his turn, correct?
Yep, that's right.
Fail. Still slow.
Heck yeah, man.
So now the snail really works. All right, yeah, Khaldun's turn.
I am going to. Trying to decide whether I should do something to the dragon or help.
Kill the dragon, kill the dragon, kill the dragon.
Right now.
All right, I'm going to mind sliver the dragon.
Okay.
So
Is
that's an
that a
intelligence saving throw?
Saving throw. Fail.
Okay, so he takes 2d.
I mean, it's what DC is like 16, right?
16. Yeah.
Yeah,
He takes
yeah, he
9
failed.
points of psychic damage.
Psychic.
And his next saving throw is at minus d4.
Nice.
Like, is that until the next round?
The end of my turn.
End of your next turn.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So he's got like Bane till the end of your next turn.
Just one
On
saving
saving
throw.
throws.
Not
Okay.
all, not
Well,
all saving
just
throws.
the next
just
saving
one.
Okay. Cool.
So, can I get out of here? Like
There's a
you said-
window. There's a window in every cardinal direction. Yeah, there's one right beside you,
Well,
and
there's
it's
a
baked.
fired. Yeah. Okay. So we got flaming windows
It's
in all
it's
directions.
on fire. You're not, like you're not in danger from the thing collapsing and burning on you right now.
Nice little caveat there at the end.
Well, it is on fire, but it's not affecting combat. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
Flavor fire.
Flavor fire.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave Keegan. So I'm actually gonna move over to Keegan. The next round I want to do something. Tell him.
All right. So
And I'm done.
so for Keegan, I want you to roll me a DM D20. Do you know how to do that?
DM roll. Thank you.
DM roll D20.
DM roll.
So
GM roll,
is it GM
I
roll?
think. Pretty sure. Or just
So you-
GR, I think.
So you and I will be the only ones that know where Keegan's death saves are. Okay.
Okay, I did that wrong. Oh,
Well-
okay. There we go.
I didn't
Alright.
see it.
Did it show up for anybody?
Not for me.
Excellent. So I need to look something up.
Cowart, did you see it?
Alma, it's your turn.
Delves dies to be
I'll
right.
go ahead and attack with the spiritual weapon.
All right.
I don't know how to put a token on there for it, but I just assume that it's. I mean, it can move 20 feet, so.
Yeah, and he's large, so it'll be fine. I'm gonna get it. I'll get it on there.
Didn't we have some weird cat thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Wasn't that the-
The phallic cat.
Yeah,
Um,
just swinging around your head.
22.
That's a hit.
It does 6 force damage.
6 force. Got it.
Yeah, and
So that was your
I
bonus
want to
action.
move away from everybody. Yeah, that was my bonus action. I want to move away from everybody so it doesn't happen again.
What was? Oh, bundling everybody up in a kebab.
Yeah. I'm gonna move
I mean, in theory, it can't keep doing that, but sometimes it can.
here.
Yeah. You never know.
And then I'm gonna cast, I guess, just guiding bolt at it.
Guiding bolt.
Ooh.
Okay. Is that a saving throw or to hit?
That's to hit.
Okay.
I really hope you succeed. For reasons.
Nope. It would have been great if I did.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 10.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's slowed, so its
Yep.
armor class isn't as high as it was. So I just want to make sure. Okay. So you do whack it with your holy Biori cat.
It's a club.
It's really not.
It's really not.
Okay. It's so tiny.
Gosh.
Oh crap! I'm just gonna bring up this. That's the thing for now. The burning
Oh,
Christmas
jeez.
tree.
What?
Okay, I'll take it.
I can't find it right now. I keep forgetting to use the holy cat. Anything else, Alma?
No, I'm good over here.
All right. It's King Jared. Behold, the skies are seen once again. The clouds have gone. You,
He's
my
the
giant
commentator.
jester friend, leap into action. I believe in you. You have bardic inspiration of a D12 die.
Oh, what?
Bardic inspiration? Are you familiar?
I can look it up.
So you can add a D12 to any D20 roll you roll for the next 10 minutes, one time,
Oh, sweet.
basically.
I'll take it.
So
Attacks.
inspired.
Huh?
So inspiring.
Yes. So if you roll the hit, you could, and you want to add to it, and you can do it after the fact. You don't have to declare it.
Mhm.
You can roll the hit. If it's low and you think you can hit with a D12, then you throw that in there, and it's done.
Heck yeah, man.
And he is done. Farazan, it is your turn.
All right. Farazan feeling all inspired and stuff. This dragon, is it 15 by 15? Is it taking up all 9 of those
It's-
squares?
No, it's more 15 by 10.
Okay.
It's
15.
long. Its head is over a little bit, down a little bit, but if you just look at no, it's 3 by 2.
Okay, 3 by 3. Okay, so Farazan
yeah.
is going to take a step forward, 10 feet to the north here.
Like that, just to show you.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So with his long staff, he is going to thwack it.
Okay.
Many times as friggin' possible right now.
Shit.
So
It just
I-
went on a diet.
what's that?
Okay. I said it just went on a diet. I'm trying to shape it towards the correct. Go ahead.
He says, "You should eat more. You're looking quite thin." But I was thinking,
Please
This-
eat less. Please eat less.
right?
You're
Right.
what you wish for.
Oh, that's funny. So I am going to. Oh, I did the know your enemy thing.
You did.
Can you remind me?
I
Okay.
can. Whatever you need.
Okay, strength, dex, con.
Strength is 23. Dex 10. Con 21.
Okay, AC, current hit points, and total class levels.
So you got its current hit points before it got hit.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
oh.
normally its armor class is 18, but you know it's slowed.
Okay.
Its maximum hit points was 178.
Okay,
What else?
and then total class levels and fighter class levels. It probably doesn't have fighter
No,
class
neither.
level. Okay.
No class levels. Just
Okay.
dragon.
All right, so it's been hit with a few things, and
It's taken
Farazan-
20. It's taken 24 points of damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're doing better than I thought we were. So he is going to wind up with his stick and start hitting.
Hey, bada bada bada.
Yeah, hey, bada bada is right. And I was thinking, I'd do a trick attack, yes, but because this is after the fact, if I do a trip attack, I don't think he's gonna fail the saving throw. But even if he does not fail the saving throw, I get to add the superiority die to the damage. Right?
Are you asking me? I know so little about those fighter things. You'll have to tell me. I've never played a fighter. Actually, Rachel might know more than anybody.
Yeah, it says you add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and then it makes the saving throw. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of that whenever I can. I'm going to try to remember to do that because this is me talking to myself, basically. Swinging with the long staff.
Okay.
That's not going to do any good at all. And
What's
I'm
the total?
definitely, it's a 9. It's a natural
Natural
1.
It's
Oh.
irrelevant what the total is.
Okay.
It's irrelevant what the total is. So second attack is going to be 14. That's not going to hit. Hold on, before you I rolled it. Yeah,
ahead.
I'm going to use that D12.
No, you're blessed. You're blessed.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Do the bless first.
18.
Oh.
That's going to
That's
hit.
a hit.
That'll do.
Alma,
Yay!
Alma just hit that dragon.
They
I'm gonna
already
just hit the
praised.
dragon.
No,
Praised.
no.
Hey, boy.
That's 12. I'm going to spend the superiority die on that hit to roll to make that a trip attack.
Okay.
It's DC 15 strength saving throw if he's large or smaller.
If he is large or smaller. Okay. DC. He succeeds.
Yep. So that's 12, and then I'm going to add the D8 superiority die, 17 total.
17 total damage.
Yep.
All right.
That's a +1 halberd.
The whack.
Whack. Action surge.
Oh, Heath, real quick, give me a concentration save.
Don't do it. Strict.
Can I use my inspiration on that?
You sure can.
It's a
Now, the
D20.
DC is going to be like 22, right? Damage, half the damage.
It's half the damage I took.
You took 45, so 22.
It's 45 minus 18. My
Oh.
shield.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the ward.
Forgot about the ward.
Yeah. So 45 minus 18.
27. So still 13.
2, so 13? 13?
13.
Is that right?
Yes. And you want to use inspiration?
I do want to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Advantage roll. Did it put it on there?
I didn't see anything. So it's not
I rolled
affecting
it-
anything.
I rolled it in D20. I got a 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
So you concentrated well. The reason I ask is that's going to affect his armor class. So,
Yep.
Go ahead, Farazan.
Okay. Action surging for another 2 attacks.
All right.
And it's 26 to hit.
That's a hit.
Going to spend a superiority die for a trip attack. Make your
Can you
DC.
do that more? Can you do that more than once a round?
Yes.
Okay.
I think, right? I can only
don't
do
know.
one
I don't-
You can't.
I
You
don't
can
know.
only use one maneuver per attack.
per attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Per attack.
I do remember that.
Right.
Not familiar with Blood Fighters. You go right ahead.
Yeah. So saving throw, DC 15 strength.
Oh, trying to trip?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just using that so I can add the damage.
Okay. You said DC 15
Yes.
succeeds.
Succeeds. Okay. He is not prone because that would be hilarious. Oh, it's fine. 10 points of damage from that one.
All right.
And one more attack with the staff is a 13.
You're blessed.
Blessed.
Yeah, you have
Blessed.
blessed too.
Still blessed. That's a 15 total.
Was that your final answer?
Yes.
Can you use your inspiration, your D12 inspiration?
Didn't I already use that?
Nope.
Oh, that's right. I was okay. I'm going to use
No,
it on this
'cause
one.
You were blessed instead.
Oh yeah, I
Yes,
got
the blessing
6
got
sided.
it.
Ha! There you go.
Oh.
Hey,
That's the hit.
There it is. Hell yeah.
All right.
Fucking Jared!
Mighty blow, good giant jester.
All right. Superiority die on this one. Make your save.
Natural 1.
Did not make your save.
Did not.
All right.
So it's kind of unusual to think of tripping a large red dragon, but what I'm going to say thematically is just the beating you gave it. It just beat it down, beat it down, beat it down, dropped it down to its, to where it's on its side, and it's
Yeah.
tripped, but the trip did
Nice.
finally work.
Excellent. Okay, so that is 10 points of damage plus 2. 12 points of damage there.
Wow, you just did like 40 something points of damage.
Bonus action.
All right. He's already
Uh,
done it.
with what's that?
He's
Stop
like,
it, he's already dead.
Yeah. They're kicking a dead horse dragon.
Hit him with the other end of the pole. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
The other end is always more effective.
I know, just use that end. I don't know why you
I don't know why I don't just use that end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just lead
double those
with that.
D4s.
Right. Yeah, that's Oh, how does that work? 9 total.
9
Yes.
total.
9.
You've been Calrectomashist.
Yeah, right. You nearly did 50 points of damage that round.
Hope
Good
so.
job.
Thanks,
job.
son.
he's I mean, these are just like a whirl of staff. I mean, that's like just you see those guys doing those katas with the staves where they're just kind of whirling around in all the directions. That's what he's doing right now, and funking that thing on the head and
Very
wings.
nice round.
All right, and I think that's all I can do.
Terethio, it's your turn.
Tarathiel's just been like bouncing on the balls of his feet, slacking himself up, getting ready to go. Sorry, Matt, you were going to say something?
No, I was going to say about the DM roll, but do your turn before we get to Keller.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's kind of bouncing. His hands have been empty, but he's gonna summon a psychic dagger in his right hand, and I'm gonna take a bonus action to disengage to start with. I'm gonna move to there.
So,
I'm gonna stab
quick.
this thing and then run away.
He
Yep.
does not get reactions. Don't forget. He's slowed.
Oh, because he's slowed.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
And
I
he's
won't bother
prone.
with
I
that.
am a benevolent GM. He is prone.
I knew he was prone. I looked that up, and prone doesn't prevent reactions, but being slow does. Yeah, okay. And because he's prone, I get advantage. Because I get advantage, I get super advantage. Because
Sweet.
elven accuracy,
Yes.
And you got blessed.
and I'm blessed. Ooh, and I might need that bless.
Wow.
Triple advantage.
That is 16 to hit.
16.
That is a hit.
So
Sweet.
19 total damage.
What? 19?
So I imagine the dragon just kind of falls to the ground under this whirling staff, this whirling tree that Fezan is spinning around, and Tarathiel just comes out and just slashes it across the side of the neck. And then as he turns around, because I don't need to be worried about an attack of opportunity, I am going to offhand the other hit, which still has advantage. Whoop, too many tabs. That's a 24 to hit to do
That's a
7
hit.
psychic damage. Can't sneak attack on the second one. And then I am going to GTFO. So it was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to move around to there.
Okay.
Getting out of
So-
the building.
Act, bonus, and move. All right.
And you need a GM roll for Kelov.
Yes, please. Thank
No,
you
it's
very
okay.
much.
That's fine.
You're welcome.
Anything else?
No, I'm out of action economy with which to do anything else.
All right.
Wait, no, I said I would free panic every turn. I free panic.
So
I'll be like, Fezan's really scary.
2 rounds. 2 rounds, you guys have done 98 points of damage to this creature. Top of round 3, it's its turn. It rights itself using half of its movement and takes off into the air.
So
Straight
its
up.
movement is already halved because it's slow.
Right.
And
Do I get an opportunity attack with my spiritual weapon?
Mm-hmm.
If it can take them, then yes. But that's your reaction, not its own. You know what I mean? So you're using your reaction to do that. Just FYI.
Yeah. So let's see. Its move is halved, and it
It's
lost
half-
half. So it
it's
has
quarter.
quarter movement.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Right. So it launches up straight up in the air 20 feet, and it's moving upwards.
I'm going to take an opportunity attack.
And go ahead. And it is howling with pain and anger.
I'm going to use inspiration.
The dragon's just like, screw this, I'm out of here.
Right? I mean, you know how many hit points you did over half its hit points in one round, or basically 2 rounds.
I'm going to use my inspiration on this opportunity attack.
Okay.
And this is with Sentinel, so if he hits, his speed is 0.
All right.
I didn't get I forgot to do the actual inspiration part.
Go ahead.
That's a 26.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Plus you're blessed.
So that means he's still on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then because I rolled it twice, does it matter which one I click to reveal the damage? The one that actually hit?
Yeah, go with the one that hit.
Okay. There's
Camera 1 or camera 2?
yeah, camera 1, camera 2. 15 max damage.
15.
Whoa.
Trying to do math. Okay.
And because of
Do I still
Sentinel,
take mine?
Go ahead. Yep. Because Sentinel,
Sorry.
it doesn't move. That's all right.
yeah,
Go ahead and
it's-
do your attack of opportunity. And it head whips directly looks at Farazan, and it takes a bite at you.
Okay.
13 does not hit.
does not.
Poor dragon.
Really?
What?
I've been in the other chair. It sucks when you have a really cool creature and then the party just wipes the floor with it.
You know
it,
what?
it can't
That's
even
a
get away.
That's a really cool party, in my opinion. I mean, like,
It's
yeah.
mean. I'm happy. I'm happy for us. I'm a little sad for that.
Yay for us.
I think the one breath weapon was enough to make everybody's butthole pucker enough to where it's like,
Yeah.
dogpile.
That was
Yeah.
almost a DPK round 1.
Well, I can't.
Now the real
see what
problem is
totals
next
are.
time we get a worse
Oh.
dragon.
What's
I
that?
missed.
Is it a miss? Okay.
There's a 15.
All right.
There's a 15 miss.
That does miss.
Was the spiritual weapon
Okay,
blast?
then yes.
This
I
is
don't think it is.
it's the spiritual weapon blast.
Technically,
It's built-in blast.
Are you blessed, Alma?
exactly.
No.
No.
Because that would be a second level, right? Bless is just 3 people. Okay. Its turn is over. It attempted, and again, Farazan just like it was taking off to fly, and Farazan cracked it on its wing, and it collapsed back down to the ground, and he snapped out while it's trying to stand up again. Khaldun, it's your
Come
turn.
in.
Oh,
He gets to attempt to save for the slow,
Oh, thank you.
but he's got a minus D4 on it.
all right. So I'm going to roll the d20, and then I'll roll a d4 and subtract it. Natural 1 on the save. Wow.
Wow.
Man. So
This
that's
dragon's
why
gonna be
you have
dead.
a really good creature. That's why you have legendary saves and actions and
Mhm,
things like that
mhm.
to make
Wow.
super cool creatures super cool. But I mean, not to take away from you guys, right? You've already done 113 points of damage, and it's just now round 3. So this is a badass creature, but you're a badass party.
And we've gotten like beyond lucky.
hmm
I don't know.
Um,
You all failed your saving throw for the initial breath weapon. You all took 45 points. I mean, like, you know. So
22.
22. Khaldun, it is your turn, and the first thing that you notice is that Keegan blinks and he like shakes his head. He's awake.
Oh.
You rolled a natural 20 on your DM roll. That is an automatic 1 hit point, and you wake up from your death saves.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then in that case, I'm going to, instead of aid Egan, I'm going to, or I'm sorry, Keegan.
Keegan,
I'm going to Mind Sliver the Dragon again.
all right. Is that a save?
It's
or
intelligence save DC 16.
And I've already taken the minus D4, so it is just a standard roll the 19. Okay.
All right, so nothing happens.
All right. Anything else?
I want to run.
By the way,
I would-
I don't have Twitch up. Somebody let me know when we get to like close to 2 hours.
We're at hour 20 right now.
Hour 20. Thank you.
You said the windows are in cardinal directions?
Yeah, I mean, not exactly. Yes, there's one right beside you, and there's a huge one to the south.
You're welcome.
That one went right
It
through the
is
wall.
slightly almost shaped.
I mean,
Yes.
you did.
Slightly.
Just a-
In a way.
Yes.
Okay. Then do I need? Okay, I'm gonna go through the southern portal.
All right.
Southern portal.
Just give me an
Almost southern portal.
Just give me an athletics check or strength check.
Come on down to Alma's budget exits.
13.
I'll
So,
get you where you want to go.
so it's just basically difficult terrain for that one square.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15.
Is Khaldun
20.
or Alma bigger? Does he make it wider?
Khaldun's quite a bit bigger.
I think Khaldun's
Yeah,
thin
he's
though.
gotta
Like,
be
isn't he like
bigger.
a rail?
He is. He's he's tall and thin.
Yeah.
He's built like a water balloon full of walnuts, though, right? Like,
He's more like the little.
It's
the
a
little-
water
I
balloon
don't know
full of
what that
walnuts.
means.
Is that an Australian thing?
I don't
That,
get it.
that was.
You know the big but the little not the little but the balloon men out in front of the car lots that are like.
yeah.
Wacky
tall
waving
and thin,
inflatable
yeah.
tube man.
Yep.
Yes, it's like that.
Okay.
Okay.
I just thought because
Alright.
he's a blacksmith and we refer to him as a muscle wizard, I just thought you were buffer than that.
That was a very
He's-
Douglas Adams way to describe anything. You
Let's
it's
just say I normally-
floating like a brick doesn't, that kind of thing.
I normally don't use water balloon. When I use that analogy, I use a different type of thing that is about that size.
Gotcha.
I think he's done.
We're having fun.
Whose turn is it?
And Keegan's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna run through the southern portal and around behind the hut.
Okay. Yeah, get up, move around. Cool. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I can't move him, so if you could just like put him over here someplace or something. There you go. Okay.
He could actually probably just shimmy through the small window. I mean, he's a gnome. He could just bounce through. But anyway, he's there. He's there. Actually,
Alright,
that's
we're
just a
done.
move. It's a move action for him.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, when he gets to this point, he is going to what spell does he have? Miracle. He's going to mind sliver the dragon as well.
All right.
To the
Uh,
intelligence.
fail.
Probably a fail. So that's 1d6 psychic. And
Oh,
it's
if
minus
Gelv gets the
D4 on
kill.
his next save.
Right.
Yes.
Gonna be
That would
amazing.
You got 6 points of damage? Golly, bump. Even your henchmen are
psychic.
doing work. And
Uh,
minus D4 to the next saving throw. Okay.
That's right. Yeah. And he keeps on trucking around behind, you know. Yeah, there you go.
Alright.
Then
That was Khaldun and Keegan. Alma, it is your turn. This dragon is looking rough. It looks
Okay.
like it got beat up by a baseball team full of batters.
A mountain with a baseball bat.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt again, but I'm gonna upcast it.
All right.
Ooh.
I'm gonna do it.
Inspiration?
Yeah, I'm
Shock
gonna do
to-
a 4th level spell.
Whoa.
Sort of.
So, talk to me about
well, I
guiding.
don't know how many
I
hit
don't-
points he has left.
I don't.
Hold on.
So he's got about 60
Somebody's
left.
been doing the math, right?
I've got. I mean, he's taken 119 damage. You started with 178. The only reason I'm giving you all that information, I always give you how much damage you've done because you can keep up with it. I do. So, but you knew its starting hit points because of the fighter ability. So you know exactly where it is.
Okay. So Guiding Bolt, when you upcast it, it just adds another d6. So I'm gonna cast it as a 4th level spell.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use that Bardic Inspiration.
Now he didn't give it to everybody. He just gave it to Farazan. It's
Oh.
it's targeted.
you have,
Gave
you
it
have
to
your
everybody.
regular,
Well,
your
then I'll
regular
use.
inspirations.
Yeah, I'll just use regular inspiration then.
Okay. So you're gonna
Here
roll
we
this
go.
with advantage to hit. Level 4 guiding bolt. Go. And is
Heck
it
yeah.
the same? No, it's rolled to hit. Isn't it? Okay.
I rolled an 18, but I'm gonna roll again in case I crit.
No,
Okay.
you rolled 25 to hit. Oh,
Yeah, 18 on the die.
I know.
yep.
All right, 1 second. The suspense is killing me. Okay.
I know.
Riveting.
It might be killing him.
The suspense
I
is killing the
rolled a
dragon.
nat 20.
Did you roll a natural?
I
Did you?
rolled a nat
Sweet.
Yep. Wow.
Roll your damage. Holy
It's
Amazing.
So if you did it, it's 25 plus 19.
Upcast 4th level spell.
It's
Yeah.
44 points of damage.
Life cleric brings
Oh,
the death
started-
once
It's
again.
already done the damage.
Yeah, yeah.
44.
Yeah, it's 25 and 19.
Wow. Holy crap.
Why are we not a party of life clearance?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't allow it.
It's not restoring life, it is redistributing life.
God.
Is it
That was
dead?
amazing. You know what? Keep your inspiration. I know you used it for that fight, but like, come on. That's I don't like to give inspiration for die rolls, but that was kind of clutch and kind of a perfect time to do it. You
Epic.
still have inspiration.
Sweet.
Cool.
Very
And oh,
cool.
by the way, it's glowing.
Yeah. Does that
Oh, by
give
the
it-
way,
that gives the next person to attack an advantage, right?
it does.
On the
Well,
way.
Isn't that part of guiding bolt?
I
Yep.
think I'm technically the next person to attack because I still have my bonus action.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm gonna beat it some more. So
Had enough yet?
Your holy cat.
Uh,
Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, well that's good then.
oh,
God, I cannot believe you did that. Natural 20.
Nope, I didn't do it.
Amazing.
I didn't
That-
do
that-
it.
that was
I
significantly
pulled it
less.
at the
Still.
end. It's the
Um,
old 1-2 punch, but no, I don't think I got it. I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? You did your damage. You did. you did enough. All right, Alma. Anything else? That was just a action bonus.
I'll move away.
Just in case you
I'm
can
gonna
trace
move
where that came
back.
from.
You'll make another acne hole
Over
inside
there.
the wall.
Go right. If I can.
Stop wrecking King Jared's house.
Like,
Right here. There we go.
oh
we're
man.
fighting around a bonfire now.
Yeah, right.
Somebody sing a song. No, I'm good. I'm done.
Well done, great lady of Biora. That's amazing. And now you have inspiration. He gives you a D12 die. Haven't seen magic like that in quite some time. He moves a little bit so he can see you better, and then gives you the inspiration. Actually, I think it might have
Thank you.
a range of 30 feet. You know what? It's a DM inspiration. It's not going to matter, because I don't think he's going to get around to you
Yeah.
again.
Flavor
Yeah, I don't
inspiration.
think so.
Yeah.
Flavor
That
spray.
was Jared. Fairzon, it is your turn again.
Oh, good.
Do it. Do it.
He's whirling the staff in front of him, getting ready to thwack him again. He says, "You shouldn't come picking on people that are smaller than you if you can't back up that mouth of yours." And he will hit him with the staff.
I'll give you my treasure to back off.
Oh,
No.
He says, "And you will remain a threat to those innocents in this kingdom. That is not acceptable." And he swings.
Okay.
And 22 is going to hit. Make a strength
That's
saving
it.
throw, please.
Strength saving throw. Yeah.
Okay,
19 on the die.
that's fine. He's going to take 15 max damage plus a d8.
Should have had a D8.
It's 22 total.
Okay.
And then second attack. Come on. Ah, that's not. What did it?
You're blessed.
Yep, blessed. Blessed to roll D4. That's a
14.
14.
Unless you used precision.
Yep, I'm going to use the precision die to add a D8. It's going to be a 1. Watch this.
A D8 to
6.
hit?
Yeah, it's precision.
Oh, why don't you use that all the time?
I mean, it's
Okay, yes,
only
that's
a
a
D8.
hit.
It's
That's
I
a
either
hit.
roll really horribly or really well. So that's going to be 8 points of damage.
And it collapses dead on the ground.
Heck yeah.
One hit point. He had 1 hit point. He used precision and blessings of Beori to take him down, and he stops moving. King Jared comes over and sticks his sword in, like Dragon Slayer. We have defeated the beast. I shall
Dracula
take
applauds.
it. When I tell this story, I did it all. Well done. Now put my house out.
That's-
Cast
Dracula's
unbond fire.
Somebody be on it.
Dracula's gonna rush inside and try and save Kelev.
Okay.
Who's still dying, I believe.
Yeah. Let's see. That's your turn. Yeah. Go ahead and give me. Go ahead and act first if you like. Before her turn.
Yep, I'm wondering
Do
if
a
I should just try it with a medicine check.
You can do medicine check. Yeah.
I will do a medicine check, and because the dragon is dead, and we're nearing the end of the session anyway, I'm going to spend a point of inspiration. I'll spend my inspiration to try and keep Kelev alive.
All right.
That's an 18.
So you stabilize Kelev.
He gives him mouth to
She's
mouth.
No
Or his- her
longer
mouth
breathing. Well,
He
it's
just slaps at her
targeting-
ineffectively with only 3 fingers.
it's like hard flesh. So I don't know. So you wrap her, and she stops bleeding out. She is not going to die today. At least not the next round. Combat's over.
And here comes the other dragon.
You guys
Yeah.
are out of
Dragon
combat.
2.
Took
Electric
down
Boogaloo.
a young red dragon in less than 3 rounds. Good job.
Whoa.
I feel blessed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beori, help
I'll
us.
hang on to that.
Hey,
Blast.
that bless.
Only
got
3
a-
rounds of it.
That bless did a lot of work. I mean,
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, but I
those
think it
couple-
was like 3 or 4 hits that wouldn't have hit if it wasn't
Yeah.
for the bless. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then add that into the ones that wouldn't have hit unless it was for the slow. Like,
Yeah.
That slows Clutch because it minimizes movement. He had 1 attack instead of 3. His armor classes work. Yeah, that's fucking teamwork.
yeah, my teamwork.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Farazan's like, he is, in terms of abilities, like to do things now, he's just like, he used practically everything. Kitchen sinked him.
Jared comes in and starts to heal you guys, but I'm going to imagine you're probably going to want to stick around and do a little resting.
Mhm.
Well
And-
fought, well fought. Beware of his father, though. He's much bigger.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Right?
That's gonna wreck my tan.
So we've dropped out of combat. What do you guys do? You've effectively put the hut out. Like
Mhm.
it's charred and there's some damage and there's a hole in the southern window. But it's you figure in a couple of days a single person will have it back up and fine. So he's going to be fine. But he steps inside with you guys or wherever you guys are. He joins you. Would you care to spend another night in the kingdom of Andoria with good King Jared III? Fourth?
Are there
Yeah.
any more dragons flying around that might
That's a good
visit?
question.
Yeah.
You don't see any in the
Just
sky.
checking.
Don't you
We
hate those
didn't see this
DMs
one
where
in the
like
sky.
those DMs where like you do kill that cool creature, but you did it so fast that there just happens to be 2 of them. I've had those DMs before, and it is bullshit. No, you see no other red dragons flying throughout the sky, nor do you see any black dragons, which, that was the
I was
initial
gonna say,
conversation.
I've seen Sword in the Stone. I know where you're going with this.
Did I say purple dragons? Did I?
That'd
Fair,
be a mess.
Farazan's like he kind of plants the staff next to him. He's picking up things and trying to put them back to where they've fallen off of the hut. And he he says, if we could at least just have a lie down for about an hour. It's like,
Of course. What? Give me a moment, and he begins casting. And you
Should we do
remember,
something
Dragon.
with the body?
Thought
it
we
took
were
an
gonna be
hour last time, so he
sleeping in a mud
just
hut.
starts casting.
I mean, it's really unfortunate. Khaldun's looking at the dragons like they are magnificent creatures, but they're just so greedy. Just their nature.
I thought you were going to say, but they just taste so terrible.
I have never tasted red dragon, as a matter of fact. So that gives me a great idea.
what's the name of the kingdom? What's the name of the kingdom again?
Andoria.
Andoria, good large jester friend.
So he says, so I think red dragon is the main ingredient and Andorian hot chicken. So
Yeah, so
the meat's got to be spicy.
Good old AFD, Andorian fried chicken.
We may
Served with
have
rice
to
and
do
tortillas.
Yeah.
red dragon sushi because I really don't know how you cook red dragon.
It's because it's
Right,
immune
it's-
to fire.
Immune to fire.
It's immune to fire.
It's gonna be an acid base. Acid base. That sounds like I'm saying the opposite things.
Yeah.
The base of the hell out cook. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Throw it ice. Maybe
It could be like a
Perfect ice
ceviche, like
Yes.
a cold dish. Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, there we go. We get some lemon
It's
juice.
ceviche.
Serve it like
Yeah.
revenge.
Some cilantro. Yeah.
Yep. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
revenge
Or
is
just
best
gonna
served with
leave his
cilantro.
body.
Maybe it's only the
Fine, okay.
outside.
Leave the body like here.
Yeah. Can Farazan like
Leave
drag
the
the
body,
body
maybe.
out? Can he get a hold
Should
of it and
probably
drag
move
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Farazan definitely can.
Yeah, I'm gonna harvest some stuff from this thing: horns, teeth, scales.
Okay.
And then enough
Yeah.
dragon meat to let's try it.
So, does anybody have survival? I mean, I'm not gonna just completely botch it if nobody has it, but
Yes.
you'll do a lot better if you have survival.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Okay.
knew it.
Proficiency.
So, you're being assisted by at least by Khaldun. So, give me a survival check with advantage.
Oh, good. What's the key? Oh, no. Don't do that.
And actually, King Jared comes over. I know a thing or two, and he gives you bardic inspiration as well.
Okay. Then I will add a d12 to my 16 to make that a 27.
27.
Mhm.
All
It's
right.
not a 37, but it's a 27.
It's 27.
We put it in a set of little boxes with bows.
Yeah. So, I finally, in order to wrap my head around the DC changes between 5e and Pathfinder or 3.5 yada yada, because Pathfinder you've got rolls up into the 50s and 60s, right?
Mhm.
And those are just astronomical. Literally, I've decided that in order for me to keep in my head what like a 30 in 5e is considered heroic beyond measure.
Mhm.
You rolled a 27. Essentially, what I do is almost triple whatever you roll, and that's my imagination for a Pathfinder roll. I hate it that my brain is still stuck in Pathfinder. It's like metric to English, right? Once you're stuck in something for so many years, you can't really just automatically see what the what the hell
Mike?
is
Metric to English feels like you've swapped you've crossed streams somewhere.
Metric to Imperial?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But you got what's laying down. So anyway, yes, a 27 is a magnificent roll. So you harvest everything. You got both its horns, you've got all of its teeth, all of its claws. Probably enough scales for 2 medium suits of armor.
Sweet.
What else would you want? There's not. I mean, the heart of the dragon. I don't know if there's anything else. The blood. You've got it.
We'll just note 27 harvest red dragon, and we can kind of figure that out.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you field dress it pretty good, and you got a lot of meat off of it.
Dragon steaks, anyone?
So,
Figure out how to make that work.
you know,
And I assume it's like the scales that are fireproof, right? I mean, like the meat's probably not fireproof, yeah.
It breathes fire. I mean, it's got
Yeah.
fire in its belly, so
coming out of its uvula, so it's at least its
There you
uvula's
go.
fire breath,
Yeah.
fire resistant.
right.
Um,
Don't
I don't know.
eat the uvula.
it's like a reaper pepper.
Always raw.
So yeah, y'all can figure out how to cook it eventually.
If only we had a volcano somewhere around here we could dunk this in.
That's the only way to really properly cook dragon meat.
That's right.
So you dress the dragon, you completely mutilate its body, and just disgrace the body
No.
and bury it. I don't know. Are you going to bury the dragon?
Well, okay, so if Farazan's leading the survival check here, so he comes from a culture that that they do not waste this sort of thing, the game. So he would know, this this is how you do it. And he'll set aside the things, that are going to be, that will perish, very quickly. That we'll use those for food, pretty soon, or that sort of thing, and then he'll make sure that nothing goes to waste. But if there is anything that is not usable, because he's never peeled open a red dragon before, so anything that's you can't cook or you can't turn into tools or magic items or a jolt of giant strength, that I guess we'll see what the king wants to do at his kingdom.
Oh, you are the vanquishers of the red beast. You may do with it as you please.
Okay.
And there is nothing that is not valuable on a dragon.
Right.
Nothing. I mean, you've got the bones still. You've got everything. Like some apothecary or wizard or whatever will want something from a giant red dragon. I mean,
Yeah.
so there's nothing on this beast that would not be valued somewhere,
Okay.
even in Cauldron,
King Jared, is there somewhere we could store, the rest of the body? We're not gonna be able to carry it because this is a huge dragon. We're not gonna be able to carry it with us into the Underdark for our crusade to save the dwarf. But may be able to perhaps get a wagon or something and come back and pick it up.
I will see to it. I will dispatch my riders tomorrow and find a wagon to carry the mighty beast back to your home.
Thank you very much, King Jared.
But until then, let's put a tarp over it.
Just lay the wings over it.
And get it off my lawn.
Yeah, it would be good to get it out of sight.
That's
because
what I was saying.
If Papa Dragon flies by and sees that, it's going to be a bad
Right.
day.
But in 6 months, just
That
wait
was
until
fun.
you see how the grass is growing where that guy bled everywhere. It's gonna be amazing.
What's the legend of Dragon's Blood? It turns into what when it hits the ground?
That was
It turns into
skeleton or
some sort of creature, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
undead.
Is it
Something
undead?
like that.
I remember there's some myth, some legend about Dragon's Blood
Yeah,
sprouting some sort of creature from the ground with each
yeah.
drop.
Skeleton warriors or something.
Yeah.
I'm
I was
glad.
waiting for that whole bit to end with. So anyway, roll for initiative.
Yeah, so that reminds me.
Actually, that's interesting.
So it was early, right? It was first thing in the morning when you
Mhm.
fought this dragon, and the fight lasted 18 seconds. So you've spent the rest of the day healing up,
Uh-huh.
dissecting the dragon, dressing the dragon. Jared reestablishes all of the illusions. The kingdom looks good again. There is a rainbow through the sky, and there's a dog heart in the northeastern corner of the wall. He casts
No cats.
He casts Magnificent Mansion again, so you can go in there and you have all the food you want. Somewhere to rest. You can have a long rest if you like. Stay the night.
I think that's probably the easiest.
I think
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I can only assume it's getting close to 2 hours. Even if it's not, I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
wrap
we're
it
at
up. Huh?
Hour and 45. So
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, you are all level 8.
Yes.
Yes!
Yes.
Oh,
we're
it's
exactly
such a
one
fun
dragon shy.
shit.
You were a lot less than a dragon shy, but it sure did push you over the edge.
Awesome. Oh man, that's great.
Yay.
That's great.
Woo!
Level 8. It also
Gotta
means
figure out how to-
kill it.
Bend roll D&D Beyond to our whim, because you want to do weird things, right? For level 8.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So since we got a little bit more time, one of the playtest things, if I haven't mentioned already, is I'm allowing. I'm sorry, Alma. I'm not letting a cleric do it, but rogue or fighter or the wizard. So instead of taking another ability bump or a feat,
The feet.
I am allowing the players to pick another archetype. So, is that the word they use in this game? I don't even know.
Subclass.
Subclass. So you can pick a secondary subclass instead of a feat, and all the things, all the bonuses, all the skills, and whatever that come along with that subclass, you get up to level 8 as well. I can't let a cleric do it. It's just too damn powerful. If there was a warlock, I wouldn't let a warlock do it either. And as far as the wizard goes, basically you'd pick another school of magic if you chose to do it. Otherwise, you can do ability bump, or you can take a feat. I just wanted to give another option to just see how it plays out. I don't feel like it's going to be a super overpower. I just thought it was a neat idea. So you've got 2 weeks to think about it, because we will not be recording for the next 2 weeks while Mike does his thing. So we're going to take a little 2-week break, and we'll be back. What day? I mean, there's no rush. We still got some time.
You said the 3rd.
3rd. September, what is it, October? October 3rd? God, is it almost October? Wow.
Yeah.
Halloween?
Yeah, and then I have bad news. I will be away the following week after October 3rd.
Okay. That's all right.
It's just that time of year. I'm doing a work thing, and then I'm coming back, and then I'm going in to a conference for a week, so I won't be available.
That's all right.
But then I'm available until April. So
There you go.
Every day.
There you go.
Non-stop.
Non-stop. Walk the dog for 5 days.
What's that from?
That was an old commercial.
Real men of genius.
Yeah. And it had this guy. It had. Oh shoot! What's his name? I had it. I just lost it.
It sounded like Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
it-
him, but it sounded like him.
Yeah. They had a very good voice. And the guy, it's like this common guy
Yeah.
is talking, and you got this this voice of Charlton Heston, and he'll say something, and he'll almost like Jared, like, oh, it just he'll say it like emboldeningly.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I had to walk a dog for 5 days. He walked the dog for 5 days. It's like, well, not in a row, like he's talking to this. I wish I could. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere, but Real Man
Yeah.
of Genius or Real American Hero, that was before
Yeah, I think it
9/11.
was Real Men of Genius. I think
Was
Real
it?
Men of
Okay.
Genius, yeah.
Before 9/11, it was Real American Hero, and then they changed that because Hero changed, I guess. But anyway, yeah, if you can find that, it's absolutely hysterical. There's several of them. That was just one of like 5 or 6 different ones they did.
Yeah, they were good. They were really funny.
I think I
And that was
remember
a
him on the radio.
Budweiser? Was it Budweiser or something like that? It was.
It was something like that. I think. Yeah, but I think it was Budweiser.
Oh, there's a yeah, Real Men of Genius commercials circa late 2001.
Okay.
Yeah, salute to you, Mr. Tuxedo Shop
That's it.
Renter.
That's it.
Yes. Yeah.
my
That
favorite one of
was
those is still
remarkable.
the Magic Fridge. Do you remember the Magic Fridge commercials?
Mm-mm.
The guy has the fridge that's like hidden in the room, so he like claps or something and it spins around and it's a beer fridge, and he starts pulling beers out of the fridge. He hands one to his friend. He claps again, and it spins around to the other side. And then the camera pans across to the wall on the other side. And there's all these guys in the other room, and they're like, "Guys, the magic beer fridge is back!" Spun around into their space.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And then at the end of the commercial, they're all just like bowing down in front of the wall, going, "Magic fridge, magic fridge," trying to summon it back.
That's funny. I don't remember that one.
Fridge.
These are Bud Light. Yeah,
I-
I'm going to look at these.
Yeah, it was about Bud Light.
I never saw. I don't remember seeing them on TV, but I remember hearing them on the radio a lot. It was.
Yeah, I distinctly remember the TV commercial because it was like the guy was out walking a dog, and it was like a L.A. beach kind of scene or something like that, and he just got this voice, this Charlton Heston like voice talking in the background, but he can hear it, so it's very fourth wall-y. It was a great marketing campaign.
It's kind of like the Dos Equis guy.
Oh yeah.
I don't always.
Yeah,
The most interesting man in the
interesting
world.
man. Yeah,
Most interesting man in the world.
Yeah.
that was somebody's just random neighbor apparently
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that they hired to play that role.
that guy.
Yeah,
He was so interesting.
he was. He did have an interesting look,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So have any of I know I told you guys a while back. Any plans for level 8?
Yes.
What do you plan on doing?
What is it called? It is called the loading Rune Knight. So
Rune
Farazan
Knight.
Farazan's
Oh.
got all of those metallic like tattoos on him,
Yep.
on his cheeks, on his arms, on collarbone and everything. And so I haven't been able to kind of work this into the the role play or anything like that. But
Well, then
So-
you can't do it then.
thanks. Yeah. So the description says the Rune Knight enhance their martial prowess using the supernatural power of runes, an ancient practice that originated with giants. So those, I've kind of thought that like in Greyhawk that Goliaths were half giants.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
so in this particular case, those etchings are actually giant runes, and I found a source. I don't remember what it was, but I found the runes for each of these because you gain passive abilities based off of like a cloud rune, a fire rune, a frost rune, stone, hill, or storm runes, and so you can pick which ones are active. And they give you some sort of passive thing like advantage against poison or advantage on animal handling checks, that sort of thing. But then you can spend them to be able to use like an active power as well.
How do they come? Is it like a once per long rest ish thing that you can change out, or what?
Yes. Let's see.
It sounds like magical tattoos. Right?
It's
I mean,
it's essentially that. So you choose at 7th level, you can choose 3, and then on a long rest you can you can replace them when you gain a level
oh, okay.
of the ones that you know. Let's see. And how does it work?
I don't know. I've not read it.
Yeah. So I think you just have those 3, and then you, when you finish a long rest, you can touch a number of objects equal to the number of runes you know, and then you inscribe those runes on the objects. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he would have 3 that he knows, and then, but the way I would, as long as you don't mind the flavor of it, he would be activate. He'd like tracing those runes. He's got that artistic kind of bend to him now, but he'd be tracing those runes in various places on his body, and they would light up and kind of they would glow with magic, and that would be the activating those runes on him. But in like you can't have more than one on a piece of equipment, so one would be on a shield, one would be on armor, and one would be on the staff. That sort of thing.
Okay.
So, but yeah. So there's some neat stuff, and I'll just let those come about when he gets
Sure.
when he gets to 10th level. Just to let you know this is going to happen. He gets to be taller.
It needs to be.
Yep. It's
What about
much
Dry
fun.
The
Hill?
longest stick.
Have you thought about it?
Yeah, so Tarathiel, there was a couple of things that I looked at, but the one that I think is going to be the most interesting from a mechanical and from a storyline perspective is the Phantom.
Ooh.
So the
You already are a Phantom, so yeah.
yeah, so but there's also, I mean, it's basically gives the rogue a connection to death and to negative energy, and I think
Oh, yeah.
Tarathiel has seen a fair amount of death, and has been kind of the indirect cause of a fair amount of death. And one of the cool things that it gives is the ability to, every time I rest, I can choose a skill or tool that I don't have proficiency in, and I just gain proficiency with it. So as the whispers of the dead kind of
Spirits.
those that have died kind of infuse me with knowledge. And that actually stacks quite nicely with the soul knife, which I can use the psychic thing to, like my psychic die, to boost anything that I've got a proficiency in. So I can stack those two things.
Kind of
which is
reminds
interesting.
me of the psychic class from Pathfinder.
Yeah,
There was one that you could you just pull a spirit out of the sky and you could use something from it for the day or whatever. So that sounds kind of cool.
so there is so there's that feature. There is a thing where if I hit somebody with a sneak attack, then I can bounce some of that sneak attack to somebody else in the scene as well. So
Gross.
that'll be pretty gross. But then at level 9, there's a thing where if somebody dies in my presence, I can catch their soul.
Whoa.
And then
Why?
roll with it. Eat it?
No, there is a bunch of things that I can do with it. But
Okay.
yes, I can catch their soul and convert it into a small object, like a trinket. Which is
So-
definitely,
At
it's
all.
a thing that will be interesting for story reasons.
Slay us all. Slay us all. So Alma, I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe whatever.
You know,
Pick
well,
one. That's
Matt-
fine.
Matt-
Yeah.
Have
Matt,
a
what I
look
would
at it and
say-
see what it.
Yeah, well, Matt, what I would say is look at the cleric subclasses and which ones you think are just busted, and just say don't use those.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
plus, I mean, Rachel, you're not a power gamer, so go
she's
for it.
not.
Just
No.
yeah.
I was
Just
gonna say, that's okay that you're not doing that for me, because I keep it simple for my own self, because it's already complicated enough for me anyway. So
So
yeah, I'm not planning on doing anything
Well,
crazy
take
because I don't
take a look at it.
understand what you guys do.
Yeah.
I
just
will,
take a look at
but
it.
still.
The only one that I will not allow is Twilight. Not ever
Yeah, it's
happen in any game I ever run. Ever. Never.
Was it-
Ever. Never.
Twilight.
wonder
and
if it was-
peace. Those are the
Peace-
two ones that are just
Well, Peace
mechanically
and Twilight together is just
crazy.
game breaking. Yeah, you might as well not play. The only way to give the players a challenge is to raise the CR of every creature by 4, and that's just. Peace by itself, I'm not too worried about. Twilight is just stupid. I mean, it's just ridiculous, too powerful. So anything, just let me see what it is. first.
300 feet of dark vision.
Okay.
That's nothing compared to some of the other things that Twilight. It's the most broken thing in 5e. I can't believe the designers came up. I can't believe it's not at a wild mount instead of 5e.
I-
So no Echo Knights. Nope.
I was gonna say we should just let her pick either a fighter or a rogue subclass to add to the
I just my only concern would be whether or not it's possible to bend Roll20 into being able to have 2 archetypes, because otherwise, most of my stuff will be on the character sheet and automated, and then there'll be 2 or
Yeah.
3 things that I will consistently forget because they won't be on the character sheet.
I was
Whether or
thinking
not I
about
can
that.
Add that somehow.
I was thinking about that. We might have to come up with homebrew feats and just add them to for each ability to see if we can to be able
Yeah.
to click the thing in.
You talking about Beyond?
Yeah,
D&D
beyond.
Yeah.
Okay.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, D&D Beyond.
Okay. Yeah, I know this way. There are actually D&D Beyond. There's a toolkit where you can really you can create a class
Mm.
Yeah.
with D&D Beyond. I forgot how to do it, but it's like when you're playing a warlock or something where you can change your spells at certain levels. D&D Beyond can't do that. It's just apparently the coding was too difficult. But I read somewhere where you can just create a class and put that template every class and it replaces it for you. I mean, I did it. If I could do it, anybody can do it. So it's available.
Cool.
Khaldun, you and I have talked about it a little bit. You were on the fence about maybe taking another
Yeah.
school or not.
Yeah, I'm on the fence. I mean, Abjurer's pretty darn good, and I would like to bump up his intelligence. If I do pick a subclass, another one, it would probably be either War, which is very thematic for him.
War's a good one. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, War would be thematic for him. Or possibly maybe Scribes, something like that.
Okay.
But I'm not certain I'm going to do it. I think I may just bump his intelligence. But we'll
All
see.
right. Well, for future sake, it's available at level 8 and level 16. So, just FYI.
So I can take
Is
a
it-
third at level 16.
Correct.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
Gross.
Gunslinger.
Yeah. Get out of my game.
That's funny.
All right. It's probably pushing 2 hours.
Yep.
If
Almost
everybody's still
exactly.
there, thank you for joining us. We're going to be off for 2 weeks. We'll come back a week. We'll take a week off, and then we'll just pick back up every single week like normal.
Sounds good.
Right.
Thanks, everybody.
Yay.
Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks.